Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Healthcare Entrepreneur Academy podcast. I'm your host, Jason Duprat, and we are back here for another Tactical Tuesday episode. On this episode, we're going to teach you a little bit about some strategies to scale your business. So one of the things that I've learned in I'd say it's probably about 2 years ago, was the concept of the value ladder. And I've got it here on my screen. Basically, it's a step-by-step, like a staircase. And we're kind of looking at it from the profile view. And so the concept of the value ladder is that at the very bottom step, the very first step, right? That's like the first step that your customer would be taking with you. And there's other strategies out there, but this is the one I love the best. With this strategy, you really want to have something that's very low cost. It's very low commitment, because if these are your first time customers, they don't know you, right? And so the idea is to help to build the know, like, and trust. And what we want to do is give them something that's very low risk. And that can come in many forms. The lowest risk, obviously, is free. And actually, I should probably put that down here as like the very, very first step in our value ladder, because I'm giving you an example of what our value ladder is. So free, obviously, that's the no cost, absolutely zero risk, get some value sort of way to have the first step of your value ladder. Our second step for us is a free book. We're about to launch a book. I just have been, recording the audio for the last couple of days. And it's 308 pages, teaches everything about how to start your own practice. And it launches in 2 weeks by the time you guys hear this episode. So it's going to be launching March 12th to March 18th. And we're super excited about that. But that's going to be the second step, right? So the second step in our value ladder is something that actually costs a little bit of money. Same sort of concept though. Each sort of step up in the value ladder, the investment to the customer increases and the value delivered increases. And so that's kind of the concept of the value ladder. So on the screen, I've got mine. The very first step is the free podcast. And then we have a newsletter that we're getting ready to relaunch. It's called the Pulse Check. We used to get it out every Friday, but we're relaunching that here in the very near future. So that would be another example of our first step in our value ladder. And it doesn't matter what kind of business you have. Even if you have, a brick and mortar practice, this is 100% something that you should be considering. You have to have free content in the form of probably YouTube videos is what I would recommend, because YouTube is the second largest search engine. It's run by Google, and that if patients are locally looking for you, your videos could very likely pop up if you make it based on the terms or questions that they have. So first step, podcast, newsletter. Second step, book. Here's our book that we're launching. Actually, you can see it here. I'll actually blow it up so you can see it bigger. Here's our book that I'm launching. It's called Clinic Launch Secrets, a healthcare professional's playbook for boosting income and autonomy through practice ownership. It's fortunate enough to get the foreword by John Lee Dumas and some really amazing testimonials and endorsements. So we're super excited about that. That's, again, launching in March here, March 12th through 18th. Our next step up in our value ladder is our actual courses. So we have 3 courses. Our newest one is Med Spa Launch Academy, which is officially available. It's officially open. We did a soft launch and a beta program, and now it's full-fledged. It's up there. The only thing we have left to do is to turn on paid advertising. So you'll see that in the email links, and so you can check out that webinar or masterclass if you'd like. But that's our next step. So here's kind of the price point. So I'm going to write these down here too, so you can see them. So the podcast, free, book. This is paid, and or we're running some promotions where we give the book away for free or 99 cents. So it's anywhere from $0. $0 won't be like super available. Like for the podcast listeners, I'll probably make the free plus shipping offer for the physical book once we launch that. But that won't be for many months after we actually launch the book. What's launching first is a 99-cent ebook. And so we have that. We have the audio book that I've been recording. So the book here is going from $0 to $24.99. So that's their first sort of step in the paid investment sort of category. And the idea behind the value ladder is that it goes from a very low level of service to a very high level of service. And so people with more money, people who have a lot of business experience, tend to realize that when you pay more, you get a lot more. And when you pay more, you're paying for shortcuts. When you pay more, you're paying to save money and mistakes. And so that's kind of the concept here. So we have different tiers where obviously free you got to do all the work yourself. It's going to take somebody who's super ultra committed. If you buy the book, you get the next step, you get the next sort of value. You're still going to have to do everything all by yourself, but you get a lot of information, super valuable information. If you buy the course, you'll get all the clinic forms and templates. You get access to our instructors via email. We send video email answers. And the courses for us are anywhere from $19.99 to $29.99. Basically, it is a complete, like the $29.99 is basically a turnkey business in a box. We give you everything you need to start a business, providing ketamine therapy or IV therapy or med spas. That's kind of what we've got going on there. And then our tier above that is what we're working on right now. And so that's, the next step up, which is, I've mentioned some of it in the podcast already. So this is going to include things like our search engine optimization service, where we will guarantee that you will make it onto at least the first page. And then probably there might be, a second tier option where we'll guarantee you make it into the top 5 or 3 search results locally. And we're also going to have a really amazing software tool. Like, this is super world-class stuff. We're building it right now. It's a software tool to help you grow your practice and create an amazing customer experience for your patients. So that's going to be part of our value too, sort of right after our course, next value up rather, I should say. So that's SEO, we've got a software, and it's going to be more done for you. So we're adding more stuff to the offer that takes the work off of the customer. And the same sort of thing applies if you have a clinic, right? You should be having some sort of a free newsletter or a free YouTube channel. You should have, maybe like a basic membership. You should have a premium membership. You could go all the way up to one-on-one, premium priced treatment plan or weight loss plan or whatever it is. I would highly recommend, this is really important, because having a value ladder like this, not everybody is just going to, jump in and buy one thing. That's kind of the secret sauce to this. Oftentimes you'll have somebody become, a podcast listener, for example. Then they may buy the book. They may get the book, great information, the book's awesome, but I need more help. I need to be able to reach out to the instructors. I don't want to create, a 500-page policies and procedures manual. I don't want to create my contractor agreements. I don't want to create my protocols. Okay, then you move up to the next level. You purchase the course. Then maybe they start their practice and they're running their practice for a year. And then they decide, okay, well, I really want to scale this practice now. I don't know how to scale my business. I want to turn it into a multi-7-figure clinic. I'm going to need some more help. That's where getting patients easily, creating wow customer service through our software tool. Again, that'll probably come with additional, coaching and support. So then they might move up here, and then they might move up to our highest tier offer, which is something that we are going to be launching very soon, which is our Clinic Growth Experts Mastermind. So I've talked about Mastermind on a few podcasts. This is a paid mastermind. This will be our highest tier offer, super limited availability, and it's going to be restricted to probably about 15 on the first iteration of it. But this is going to be where you get access to, like, very close access to a group of other accomplished clinic owners. And we're creating an environment where everybody can collaborate, right? So and the price point on this is going to be somewhere, we'll probably launch it maybe around $15,000. And eventually it might work its way up to $20,000 or $25,000 for a year-long program. It's going to include some travel experiences. The idea here is to get a group of 15 clinic owners. They had to have reached a certain milestone in their clinic growth. And the idea is to get everybody in a room to collaborate, share best practices. And what happens in these types of rooms is absolutely phenomenal, because it's a non-competitive environment. It's very collaborative. You have clinic owners helping clinic owners. One clinic owner may have tried a certain package, and that package may have worked tremendously well. And so they'll bring it to the group. They'll share it with the rest of the group. The rest of the group, some of them may choose to implement that in their practice. Maybe they have something special in terms of, operations that's working really, really well for them, or inventory management. They'll come back to the group, bring that in and share it with them. And then we'll help everybody implement, and we help organize and collaborate all of those conversations. And then we take some travel experiences to really go to some unique locations where possibly there's not a whole lot to do besides really just focus hard on learning about business. We'll have some guest speakers and things. We'll have lessons to focus really hard on growing your business. in a really cool environment. And then you'll be growing your network with like, in a way that you don't get to do by going to like a conference, right? Because you'll be spending 2 to 3 days with these individuals, doing activities, learning, doing hot seats, all these sorts of things. So that's what our growth ladder is. And then this one here, I don't think I mentioned, but the price point, we don't really know what it is going to be yet, but somewhere between probably $7,000 and $10,000 or monthly fee or something. That's for the SEO plus the SaaS, plus ongoing, support. We're going to figure that part out. It could possibly just be an annual membership fee. We're deciding on that. So that's this offer. And then one thing I also wanted to mention too, you guys can do events, right? You can do events locally. I just actually talked to an events expert who teaches clinic owners. He specifically works with doctors, but he teaches them how to become the expert in their community. And honestly, it's not rocket science. You can totally figure this out yourself. He just kind of gives them the template to do it. It's a really good idea because we're actually hosting our first virtual event too. So that's going to be something down here. It's kind of in between the free and the ebook as like a very bottom rung. So this is our virtual event. This is going to be in May. It's May 3rd to May 5th. So mark that off on your calendars. It's 3 days. It is going to be value packed. It's 8 hours of content every day, and it's all focused on clinic growth. So mark that off in your calendar if you're interested in going to that one. We'll be announcing the details on that pretty soon and doing pre-registration and stuff.